Here are the 3 favorite apps of mine for posting schedules. Buffer, Post50, and OneUp. I mentioned a while ago, when you see our posts on LinkedIn and on Facebook, it's not a manual post. Most of these are all scheduled posts. And the reason for that is because we don't have the time in the world to post them one by one. The same thing also happens for you as a seller. Your goal as a seller is not just to keep on posting content. You have to talk to customers. You have to source your inventory. You have to manage everything. Focus on. The promotion is just half the battle. So don't be preoccupied with the content posting. Automate it. If it's repetitive, it can be automated. John, how does scheduling work? So here's how it works. I'll give you a sample screenshot of the apps. So here's an example of OneUp. OneUp will require you to put the username and password of all your accounts. So for example, I have my LinkedIn, I have my Facebook, I have my Instagram, I have my Twitter. I include the username and password there. I choose which platform I want to post it. In this case, for example, let's say I want Facebook. I put in my caption, I add my image, I attach the photo, and then this is, by the way, done via the website. There is also a mobile app for it. And then I will indicate the number of times I want it to be repeated. Let's say, for example, I want to repeat it 4 times a year, every 2 months, every 2 weeks. And then, can you give me a letter S if you see the schedule here that I'm showing, schedule options? I click post on specific date and time, and then I will choose which specific date and how many times. November 24, 8 o'clock p.m. December 5, 2020, 2 o'clock p.m. Right? Elaine says, shout out to Vibrant Team Astra. There you go. Shout out also to Catherine. And there you have it. That's your scheduler app. John, is this for free? Yes, it is for free. Of course, not everything in the world is 100% for free. It is for free if you can schedule up to 150 posts. The moment you become bigger, because you have to post so many items, that's when you need to start paying. For example, my OneUp account, we pay, I think, 1,200 pesos per month in order for us to be able to post 1,000 posts, because we're posting on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay? Don't worry, you don't need to pay for the advanced features immediately. Go for the basic, get the feel of it, get the hang of it if you're okay with it, exploit the free version, and then when you think it's time to go bigger, that's when you should only invest. I'm highlighting that because 1,000 pesos a month is 12,000 pesos a year. So that's also going to be a significant amount of investment from your end. Okay? Also, you can auto-recycle the post every 3 months. Recycling is my favorite part because not all of your customers are going to see the post. So it's good to recycle them so that, number one, you don't end up thinking too many content. It's hard to think of 30 posts a month. If you're posting 3 times a day, 3 times 30 is 90. Can you imagine you're posting 90 different photos, 90 different sentences and captions? That's going to eat up your time. So you don't want that to be covered in your case. Okay? Here's another example. So if you want 150 scheduled posts, more than that, $6 for OneUp, $16, this is the one I was mentioning, around 1,000 pesos, 800 scheduled posts. And then you go up and you go higher. OneUp is just one example. Because we use different kinds of platforms, we also have subscriptions with other scheduler posts. Okay? So it depends on you. I am not endorsing it, by the way, because we're not getting paid for this. But I'm endorsing it, though, because of its ease of use. And it's one of our favorites. Applicable for Viber? Ooh, you know, Joselito, it's a very good question. I wish that there was a scheduler for Viber. The problem is Viber is not a social media platform as a news feed. It's a messenger. So messengers today don't have any automated posts yet. This is only for LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those newsfeed dependent platforms. Okay? Ramil, shout out for USANA Dream Builders. Could you give us a like and a heart if there are USANA Dream Builders also in the session? So thank you. And thank you for joining us today. Here's one more tip in case you forget. Because Instagram is owned by Facebook, you can post on Instagram and Twitter, sorry, Facebook and Twitter at the same time. You look at this part, you see the Facebook and Twitter, you move that toggle to the right. It is another way to shorten your publishing time. What you post on Instagram gets automatically reflected in Facebook. What you post on Instagram gets automatically reflected also on Twitter. There's only one caveat for Twitter. On Twitter, if you do the automatic posting, the photo will not come out. It is going to be a link such that the user has to click it on Twitter so he can see the photo. I hope they change that soon, but right now that's a limitation.